My name is JoAnne Alston, CPA. I'm owner and lead advisor at Merrily Financial, Merfi. I run a CPA advisory practice, so that's how I fit into this.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Monique Kennedy. I am the founder of New Financial Pro. It's a bookkeeping and business solution resource.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Clarice Williams, and I am the founder of Webb's Training Center. And together we make JoMoClaire, and we are a partnership. And what we're doing today is going to talk about the workshops that we want to offer to the community. A little bit on our origin story.
Yes.
Is that we met through the Northern Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce. They had an accelerator program. And surprisingly, we were surprised that they had 3 financial people in the same cohort. But lucky for us, we were able to find a way to kind of really work together. And a part of that is because we recognized there was a need. One common issue that we all ran into was that a lot of our clients or leads will come in not really knowing about what they need for their business to run it, and then to scale it, and then to try and apply for loans, business loans.
Yeah.
So I'll actually have Monique talk about that a little bit, because the foundation of a lot of businesses that people don't know about is bookkeeping. Surprisingly, especially when people go out for loans, not just business loans, but home loans too. Mm-hmm. One of the first things that's asked for is we need to see if you can pay us back, right?
Yeah, yes, of course, right?
So then they're looking at their books, and Monique can talk a little bit about that too.
Fortunately for us, in the midst of building this initiative, we've had some opportunities to speak to some bank lenders, right. Those who are looking for individuals to provide these loans for. One of the common things that they spoke on was the lack of financial knowledge that some of these clients had coming into the banks looking to grow their business. Yeah. And so super exciting for me as a bookkeeper, because it lets me know I will always have work.
Yeah.
Because so with that knowledge and the knowledge that I have just when it comes to business owners and what they need in order to be successful with obtaining those loans, bookkeeping is that fundamental blueprint. This is where it starts. And it comes down to knowing the numbers, being able to tell your financial story through your numbers. Mm-hmm. So this initiative is super exciting, just allowing me to continue to grow in my profession and then help others along the way.
Absolutely. I love that.
Oh,
do you want to add to that? Yeah,
sure. The tidbit of our origin story, where we met with the Northern Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce, as Clarice had mentioned, and we knew that there was a need for what we could collectively come together to do, because in one of our calls, we were trying to explain to all of the other founders in the group what we all individually did, because everyone just assumed there are 3 finance people in the group, but not understanding that each of us had our own lanes and did our own things respectively, but they all played a large part in the finances of a business. So when we kind of explained it to everybody the way Monique has just said, with bookkeeping being that base of that structure, we explained it like a triangle. You have that base with the bookkeeping, and then you have your tax preparation, which Clarice can assist with to make sure you're in compliance and you're not scared every time the IRS sends you a letter.
Oh my God.
Because if they call you, it's not them.
It's over.
So
no, I'm just kidding.
Send you a letter. And then once you're ready to grow and expand, to Clarice's point, being able to tell a story through your numbers, you may need that extra level of advisory service so someone can say, this is working, this isn't working, this is where you should move forward, kind of be a liaison between you and your banks, but also just make sure everything's together so when you're ready to grow, you can be approved for those loans, and you understand what's happening in your business. So when we did that, we were like, we're onto something. JoMoClaire is a thing. Yes. Like, business owners need this. They need to know what's happening in their organization, because they get into it out of passion and love and have no clue what's happening behind the scenes when it comes to their finances. So we were like, let's do this. Let's help people. And I know Clarice has a passion for helping. She doesn't want to just say, you're wrong. She wants to say, well,
you're
we
wrong
can
and
fix
let
it
me
by doing these things.
That's one way.
Right. And so hence her nonprofit and going out and helping people. So when I met these 2 women and we came together, I was like, this is fate. Again, what were the odds that in that group, the 3 of us would come together with the expertise that we had and the businesses that we have to help people. So we're just here to help business owners however we can.
I love it. Mm-hmm. What have been some of the things or issues that some business owners have come to you guys and you're like, we got that. Come on, sit down. Let me help you. Talk to me about some of those issues just so our listeners can get a feel for like, oh yeah, this is something that I'm experiencing. I would like to work with them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
A little bit of everything. And that's why we all serve different parts. So starting, not having good bookkeeping. People start businesses thinking, oh, I'll get one software and I can do it myself and I got this. Because 9 times out of 10, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, you have this sense of pride about you. Like you're doing it on your own. You should be able to do everything.
I
This
don't
is
need
your
help.
business.
I
You
got
should
it.
do it. But that's also what screws them in the end because they don't go to the proper place for this help. So that bookkeeping essentially is the biggest piece. A lot of the people that I even speak to, I'm like, I know where you're trying to go, but we got to start at square A. And that's why we all work together. So bookkeeping, I think I see that. And then just not knowing their numbers. Even if they have it, they don't know what to do with the information. They don't know how to understand the information.
Ask the questions.
They don't even know if the information is right. They're just like, well, I got a report. I don't even know what report this is.
And so as a bookkeeper, yes, to your point, they are definitely scrambling around because they can be overwhelmed. There's a lot of information. And so we are asking those business owners, it's okay to ask for help. And then for me with bookkeeping, it's oftentimes, can I write this off? Can I do this with my taxes? What will happen if I don't file this on time? So while bookkeeping, a lot of tax questions come up, which again lets us know that there's information out there that you should be reaching out to professionals for, because if you don't know the answer, let's not guess.
Yeah,
let's
let's
not
not.
guess.
Especially with numbers.
Especially with your numbers. Let's not guess and let's not assume, because our goal is longevity, right? We want these business owners to be able to stay in business for past that 5-year mark of make it or break it. So what we often come across is that level of confusion, but not wanting to necessarily ask for help. And so it's our goal and our job kind of to guide them through why these things are important, which brings us back to the workshops, which brings us back to educating the client, which brings us back to like, let us give you the tools. And again, even with those tools, you will still need direction.
Yeah.
But we want to at least give you the tools.
Absolutely. Okay.
One thing I did want to mention is that you have so many people, for example, there's a lawyer that recently had an IRS court case, and what they were, what the IRS was saying is that their marketing expenses were not legit. So what the lawyer had done was, let's say he was based in Ohio.
Yeah.
And then he bought a race car. He put his lawyer business as a wrap on the race car and was racing in, let's say, Indiana.
Yeah.
Right. So he was trying to say, no, this is, this $150,000 sports car is advertising. It's for my business. It has the wrap on there. And so here's the other thing. It has to be reasonable, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So the IRS is like, did you really need that $150,000 car?
Oh, man.
And he did lose. And not just because of the amount, though. Here's the thing. He may have been able to do something that was necessary or ordinary if it was in his own state. Right.
Yes.
So he didn't have a license to practice in the other state. There was no referrals from the people in Indiana, giving out referrals from people in Ohio. So that's a part of why he lost the case. So then they took away that deduction that in turn turned into taxable income to the business. Oof. But see, if he spoke to somebody beforehand, and who knows, maybe somebody gave him that advice, but the thing is, we're here to educate. We're here to bust a lot of, we're the myth busters, right?
Yeah.
We're the county myth busters, right? Trademark pending. No, you
heard it here first.
The financial myth busters, but that's what we want to do, which kind of segues into the event that we're having.
Yes.
Want to talk about that?
Yes.
Yes. So November 14th, we are having the launch of our financial workshops. So we are inviting a few chosen individuals because specifically we want to, one, show everyone the true value behind what we are trying to do.
Yes.
And the best way to show someone is to show them. So
Literally.
we're inviting them and we're wanting this feedback. But what we're going to do is we're initially going in and we'll have our topic. And our topic is understanding your financials, because a lot of business owners need to understand them. One thing is having them. Another thing is understanding them. And then after we do that, we'll be able to help the first few business owners that come to give them a diagnostic or an assessment of their business, so to speak.
Yes.
So we'll ask them a few questions to let them know where we feel they'll stand as far as the strength of their finances and their business. So to speak, since we are directing this cause to making sure businesses are fundable, we're going to let you know, are you, point A, point B, and point C. A being, we need to start making a plan for you. You got to start orchestrating this stuff. These are the things you might want to be aware of. C is, okay, we see you might have some information and you're working in the right direction. We're just going to polish you off to get there. And then and then C is definitely going to be, you're ready. We can go into a lender with you tomorrow. We have the information you need. And if you want us to be your spokesperson or that liaison, then we can support you through these efforts. Because even once you get to the point of speaking with the lender, now you have to understand their language. Now you have to know if they have follow-up questions that they're looking for. The battle isn't over once you've gone into the bank.
It's just starting.
It's just starting. The battle isn't over until the check clears and you see that money in your account. So we're trying to get businesses to that point and understanding that. And then another thing that we are here to help for, and I think it's worth mentioning because a lot of business owners may have this pain point, and this is why we're here to help. They're back on their taxes. Because when you have a smaller organization, Uncle Sam, IRS are doing multiple things, and they may not be coming to you now, but at some point they can, and they will come to you. And I know businesses who have been going for years, 3, 4, maybe even 5 years of not filing. Oh, well,
man.
at least I pay a little bit here. I pay something there. I pay.
Okay.
It's given. She might be a little guilty.
And so those
are the people we want to invite to the workshops. Those are, and what is going to be a little different with our workshops is that one-on-one assistance, right? And then you have 3 individuals that's hitting all the topics. 1, 2, 3. And so we hope that that's something that we can offer in our workshops. That's a little different from what is already out there, because honestly, these resources are already available. Every bank has them on their website. Every individual in the finance may offer a workshop. But how often do you get 3 beautiful Black women,
that's
a trio that's coming across with expertise in all the different areas? And we're going to sit down and help guide you through some, light steps to get you to the next place.
Yes. Absolutely.
So my plea, if you're listening now, if you think your bank statement is a financial report, this workshop is for you. It is not a financial report. If you have QuickBooks and you think QuickBooks automatically does all the bookkeeping for you, it does not. This workshop is for you.
There you go.
Let's say you are reconciling in QuickBooks, but you're not quite looking at all of the expenses under your profit and loss, because just recently I saw somebody, they had a whole bunch of Amazon purchases. They were supplies, but it was auto-categorized through QuickBooks as meals. So I'm like, wow, why do you have 10,000 in meals?
From Amazon.
Like, what's going on? See, those are the things that actually kind of triggers those IRS audits, right? So people think that sometimes you have to spend hundreds of thousands. No, it's things that don't make sense. So it's like, why does your landscaping company have $10,000 in meals from Amazon when it's not Amazon? It's not meals. So that's why it takes, and it's actually more in depth than that. Let's say it is true. You're going for a loan, right? A part of what JoAnne would do, even when she has her meetings with you, she's actually looking over your finances to say, oh, wow, this is pretty high. Is this what's helping moving the business forward?
Yeah.
Or even when a bank or a lender is looking at your application, it was like, wow, they spent a lot of Krispy Kreme. And it's not necessary for the business. It's got to be stopped. So those are the things. We're so much more than just kind of pointing fingers and saying, ha, ha, ha. No, we're actually here to help.
Love it. No. But you can do the ha, 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 too.
Ha, ha.
The ha. Love it.
So Thursday, November 14th, it's going to be at the Hallmark Building where my office is. It is on our website. If you go to webstraining.org, you will see a drop down under programs for the JoMoClaire
Beautiful.
The JoMoClaire
The
program.
dynamic trio. Yeah.
Yes,
Love it.
Yes.
And it'll have the future dates as well. So, because this first one is going to be something special for us. It is our first
Free
one.
to attend.
Okay.
So it's going to be a small, intimate setting, but on that website, we also have the rest of the dates, right? Coming up.
Yes, we have other workshops too.
That will be
Awesome.
coming up, yeah.
That we're looking for signups for. We will have refreshments.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And then we'll also be offering a few personalized one-on-ones.
Okay.
So if you feel comfortable coming with some of your business info, we're going to look at it privately together, and then we're going to talk about it. So I don't want somebody to be like, oh, this is just another like timeshare presentation, where we're kind of showing everybody what we're doing. Then we're saying gives us tens of thousands of dollars. No, we really want to put this in action. One, we're trying to get the word out. We want to build our brand visibility.
Yeah.
But then we got to get some testimonies
Exactly.
too.
Yes,
So
yes.
I want somebody to scream for joy and say, wait. They'll be saying, ha ha, I got it. And then that's the way. That's the way to do it.
I love
Awesome.
that. Wonderful. Hopefully people who are listening to can reach out and find more information on your website.
Mhm.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to share before we wrap this up?
No, that's our biggest thing.
I
We're
definitely
down.
want to thank you. It's a great opportunity to, again, push the initiative and get people aware of what we're doing. Again, the goal is we want to help businesses grow. We want to qualify them for business loans that will contribute to the next 5 years of their business.
Yeah.
And if they have questions and they are trying to figure out what the best resource is, if they are overwhelmed by all the information that's online, we are definitely one more of those resources. But we will. Again, because of our team, it is just more hands-on, more individuals able to guide you through those steps. So we're really excited, and hopefully by 2026. We have our first 100 business owners that have qualified and grown the business within the community.
Yeah, let's manifest that.
Yes.
Last thing I do want to say, and I forgot
Yes,
to
please.
even mention this. I used to work for the IRS.
Oh.
Right?
Throw that in there.
I worked for them for like 6.5 years. And I was a tax examiner, and I was actually one of the first points of contact. So if you got that dreaded letter saying that you didn't report something on your tax return, it was this chick right here who was reading your response. And I was like, oh, it was so many times. I'm telling you, they didn't look. I'm telling you, I was that girl, the employee there. I sympathize with everybody.
Oh, man.
Let me just wave that for you. But they may come after me for that. Like, wait a minute. But ultimately, what I wanted to show them, the very human side of it. So in the IRS, there were definitely a lot of people just like me. We're human, or they are human. They're human people. And one of the things I wanted to do was also still help taxpayers understand, if you do get a letter, don't be alarmed. It's great to have a team. That's what your team is there for. But don't shy away from the IRS. That's the last thing you want to do. But that's a part of what we'll be talking about too. And even if you do get that dreaded letter, let me tell you, it's nothing like knowing that you got the right stuff. Not like that lawyer, but for real. So that's what I just wanted to add to that piece.
And then before we end, we can all go to let everyone know where they could find us for our individual business and for JoMoClaire
Perfect. Yes,
Collective.
please.
Yes.
So myself, I run Merify CPA advisory firm. So you can go to my website, www.merify.com. That's MER-FI. You can send me an email at inquiry@merify.com, MER-FI, or give me a phone call at 571 544-0544.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Again, Monique Kennedy, founder of New Financial Pro. You can find me at info@newfinancialpro, NUFINANCIAL.com.
And Clarice Williams at webstraining.org. You can also email me at clarice@webstraining.org. You can call me. You can send a contact, fill out one of the forms on the website. You can also text the toll-free number too. I'm accessible.
Very. My goodness. So right.
Options.
Yeah, if you need the help.
Yes.
Come get it. Don't be ashamed and don't shy away. If you're an entrepreneur, just get the help that you need because you'll pay for it at some point. You're going to pay for it now for good help like the services we provide, or you'll pay for it later in some way if you're closing your business, if you get that dreaded IRS letter, if you're denied for funding, something will happen. So just invest in yourself, invest in your business, and just get the quality help when you can.
And it's confidential too. Just like,
we won't be posting it on Instagram stories or anything.
Right. I'm gonna say, now, if you're doing a crime, that's something else. But no, seriously, it's like with a doctor, right? You're scared to go. You got a bump. Look, go get it checked out. Get your records checked out too.
Yes.
We're here.
Yes.
We're the finance doctors.
We're the JoMoClaire.
Mythbusters.
We're
JoMoClaire.
Where's JoMoClaire?
Period. Yeah, I love it. Period. That's it. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for being here. It was fun. You guys are funny. I could tell, like, it's a party working with you guys. Like, a lot of laughs.
Yes.
But also serious when you need to be, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you both.
Absolutely.
All three of you. Mm-hmm. Sure. No, just kidding. No, but thank you so much for being on the podcast. We really appreciate you guys.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Absolutely.